What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, CEO, MTS Nutrition. You know what? I normally don't do videos. I normally don't even say anything that accuse people of being racist or playing favorites for certain people. However, I felt this one was too glaring to really state. And also, I've worked for David Pecker in American media before, and I never sensed any racism. We had a very ethnically diverse workplace, and that's why this is really something I don't feel anybody's brought up, but man, it's kind of ugly, man. It's kind of ugly. So I'm gonna sit here, drink my Ritual AM, and I'm gonna tell you about my feelings. So, Jeremy Buendia, my man Kenny KO did a video on Jeremy Buendia, and he interviewed his ex-girlfriend, Hilda Laura Amaral. Again, I'm looking through her social media, and Kenny alluded to this, and he reposted some stuff, and I looked at it, and there's a picture of her with a bruise, telling a story about connecting the dots. September 2018, she was in some kind of vacation with him, and he bruised her up, and just this story is just, it's alleged, has been proven. However, as you delve further in, there was a police report filed, which again, police reports can be fake. Again, there's an incident investigation report. I believe this is in Costa Mesa, California, where it happened. And being that I have not really talked to, I try not to talk to people from the industry. Being that I have bumped into Jeremy Buendia at the, what is that? The YMCA. It used to be a Gold's Gym. It's a really good YMCA gym, right? In Costa Mesa, in Huntington Beach. Okay, I realize he's in that area. So again, I don't stalk these guys, but then you look in and there's a bunch of different text messages, this and that. And also, I'm not going to name names, but I am acquaintances and friends with people who are first or second account, being that it was either them or the person they talked to. It was either first or second account of being a female abused by Jeremy Buendia. All hearsay, right? Due process in the United States of America, as I stated in my Shawn Rhoden videos, innocent until proven guilty. Katie, even as a female, wouldn't you agree a man should have to be proven?
Yes.
Okay. However, there's pretty compelling fucking evidence. My wife hasn't looked at this because unlike me, she has a life and a job. I just pretty much, she's my sugar mama. What I do is I look really good at weddings, and I can dance. I'm just trying to bring some brevity because it's about to get really, really fucking dark right now, and I don't like that. Shawn Rhoden, accused of rape, accused of raping a woman. When it first came out, of course, I did videos to tell you guys to slow the fuck down because you had people saying, oh, Shawn's known for this. No, he's not. He's not known for that shit. I remember I have a video of me and Shawn in 2011. In 2011, doing an interview at the Olympia. I've seen him at trade shows, I've hung out with him. I'm obviously very close with Ronnie and Derek over at Ronnie Coleman's Signature Series. So we're in the same circle, bro. It shocked me. Shawn is a very well-mannered, quiet guy. Not an aggressive guy, not his demeanor. Like you meet some guys like, what the fuck? Shawn's not that dude. I'm not saying that to be a rapist, you have to be an asshole. There are very introverted bullshit rapists. Again, I've never met. Well, actually, I have. When I was actually here's a story. One kid I hung out with in high school, his name was Oscar. He actually went on. I was 2 years into college, and he was arrested and sentenced for life for being the West Side rapist. And he was my bro. We hung out, spent the night at my house. I mean, not bro. He was like a second tier bro. You got your immediate bros. Anyway, that's besides the point. So what I'm getting at, okay, so Shawn Rhoden, his accuser, which we now know who she is, I'm not going to state her name because I don't want any part of that. Literally, I'm reading newspaper articles about this alleged accuser, okay? And let me just read a headline. This is from Herald Extra. American Fork woman, 27, who defrauded bank out of $100,000 doesn't get prison time. So essentially, her husband and her have a long history of doing some really shady shit. And you can only believe what you want on the internet because Shawn Rhoden fans are obviously going to try and find what they can to support Shawn Rhoden. If this is the accuser, it's not a very credible source. Not saying it didn't happen, not saying that people who embezzle money can't be raped. But I'm just saying it's not a credible past, right? Like if you saw her past, you'd be like, that's pretty fucked up. Then you look at Hilda and also another person that I'm not going to name who has very similar accounts. Again, I'm not seeing any glaring, I don't see any like charges of her embezzling funds or having a history of lying, and judging by the pictures of her being bruised and the nature of the text messages that he sent to her in writing, it's not looking good for Jeremy. So here's where it gets dark, and here's where I make my accusation, and I hope I'm wrong, because again, when I worked in American media, and again, I'm a fan of the Olympia, and it is what it is. Why is Shawn, a black man, Mr. Olympia, accused by a person with just a police report of rape, which is a form of terrible, terrible form of abuse? Why is he banned from all Mr. Olympias for a charge that he's yet to be proven guilty of? When Jeremy Buendia, again, all hearsay at this point, due process in America is very important, innocent until proven guilty. When Jeremy Buendia literally not only has multiple people accusing him of shit, but he also has pictures of bruises, police reports, but he's not black. And he, again, I don't even know if he's competing in Olympia this year, but why hasn't the IFBB come out and stripped him of his former Mr. Olympia titles? And why haven't they, say, hey, if you ever think of a comeback, fuck you, because you're a woman beater? I'm surprised no one's said anything about this before. We're in a hypersensitive world when it comes to race, ethnicity, creed, religion. Yet, the most glaring thing I've ever seen has just occurred. We have similar, although not the same, crimes. All accusations with no due process in place. Yet one guy gets kicked out of his livelihood, his reputation tarnished for life. The other guy, you don't hear one word from anybody, except for Kenny KO. I'm not saying Jeremy did it. I wasn't there. There's been no court case, but it's out there in the public. Can't really sue me for libel or slander because I'm just stating what's already out there. If you want to sue anybody, sue Kenny's ass. But what I'm saying is, why is it that we have this double standard? A large, scary black Mr. Olympia versus a pretty physique guy who's not black. Anybody else seeing this? Y'all know I'm not a race guy. That's not my thing. In fact, come on, man, my business partners are mostly black. I'm not going to cry that. I think we're all equal. We all have equal opportunity in this beautiful country, but this one's ugly. This one I can't explain. Explain it to me. So what I want you guys to do is I want to see Shawn Rhoden at the Mr. Olympia, man. I think this bullshit. If he did it, let the court fucking decide. Let him get on stage. Let him do his fucking job. But to ruin this man's life before due process, that's bullshit. That is bullshit. And honestly, if it wasn't for this Buendia thing, I'd be like, fuck it, man. The Mr. Olympia, American media, they're a private company. They can do what the fuck they want to do. You have two glaringly parallel situations. And yet they're punishing the guy that happens to be bigger and blacker and not punishing the other guy. That's fucked. So guys, let me know your thoughts. Email the Mr. Olympia and tell them this is bullshit. So they need to do one of two things. I haven't really decided what I'm going to say, so that might be a false statement. They need to do something, and I'm going to list the things that... Why are you laughing, Katie? Don't make me pull a Buendia on your ass. Anyway, she just looked at me. But alleged Buendia. Here's the deal. Shawn Rhoden needs to compete, or Buendia needs to be stripped of his opportunity to ever compete again in the IFBB. Do you think that's fair, Katie? You've listened to this whole thing. You have no idea what's going on in the case. Okay? You've heard about Shawn Rhoden because obviously you know I know him. What do you think?
If they both have the same charges against them, how can they?
They're not the same charges. One is beating the shit out of a girl, one is raping a girl, but one comes from multiple credible witnesses and one comes from one woman who is literally in trouble by the U.S. government for embezzling funds at $100,000 on a bank.
Well, the IFBB is not the court of law.
So do you think Shawn Rhoden should compete in the Mr. Olympia until he's found guilty by a court of law and judged by a group of his peers?
I mean, they're taking his job away from him.
So
accusations.
Do you think it is also a double standard how a pretty little non-black man did not
playing devil's advocate, maybe it hasn't been brought to their attention yet.
Well, looks like it's going to be brought to their attention. Very good, Katie. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts. Comment down below. And again, thank you and much shout out, much love to Kenny KO for breaking this case. And also, I want to state, look, you know what? Couples fight. It is what it is. Katie and I just got an argument like 15 minutes ago.
An office hog.
Because I'm an office hog. I'm usually wrong, but this time I was right.
Yeah.
A man should never, ever, ever lay hands on a woman in a violent manner. You know, a man should never hit a woman. A man should never rape a woman. Obviously, I think we're all on the same page on that one. Men are a different, I don't care what they say on the whole transgender thing and all that. Men are men. Men should not be fighting women unless it's a situation where a woman starts kicking your ass in a parking lot and she's like an MMA fighter. But that's besides the point. I'm not taking up for men abusing women. That's not who I am, dude. I'm raising the strongest, most alpha female daughter ever created with Cammy. If you guys ever seen Cammy, she deadlifts almost 300 pounds. She's an alpha soccer player. She boxes. I think women are just as alpha as men, but I think that goes for both genders. Why are we hitting each other? But obviously Buendia was a larger man than this Hilda and whoever other woman is that I'm not going to mention, or women. That's a bitch-ass move. I also want to state for the record, if these guys are guilty, I am a real hard-ass for crimes against women. Because, again, like going back to my history, my mom was before she had her drug issues, a very strong woman, a paratrooper in the Israeli Defense Force. My mom could beat up any dude I've ever met. I have tremendous respect for women, but I also think that if a man rapes a woman, you should be fucking killed. If you're found without a shadow of a doubt, you should be murdered. You should be fucking death penalty. And if you're a man hitting a woman, you need to at least get your ass beat within an inch of death. So don't think for 1 second I'm okay with this. Just know that I am a bigger fan of the U.S. Constitution, and I'm a bigger fan of due process. My personal opinions on killing motherfuckers who do this shit is completely different. However, I am 100% due process, and I am not standing by the IFBB doing it. If it was just Shawn Rhoden without Buendia, I'd say it's your right as a company. But being that these are so parallel, man, that's racist as fuck. And that's not a game.